Hey guys, welcome to the Crossed Arrows Hunting YouTube channel. Thanks for tuning in. And I just want to say right off the bat, this is not a New Year's resolution video. Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to the Crossed Arrows Hunting YouTube channel. And today I want to do kind of my 5 takeaways from last season that I want to get better at for this upcoming season, and hopefully it will help you too. I don't think these are going to come off as any real big surprises for anybody, but hopefully it just kind of like it does, maybe you have that light bulb moment with it that like, oh yeah, I've been doing that. I want to get better at it. That's kind of my thing on this, is I want to get better at these things. And that's kind of what, it's all about is being better today than we were yesterday, right? So again, no big surprises here, I don't think. Maybe just kind of put things in perspective for everybody, and hopefully this helps you out. All right. So the first one is hunt where the deer are, not where you want them to be. All right. And I'm definitely guilty of this. I'll do my e-scouting and I'll look at a place that looks just absolutely perfect. It's got everything. It's got bedding. It's got cover concealment. It's got food. It's got water. And I'll just take a chance. No scouting or anything. Go in there and do a sit, and nothing comes by. Not to say that there aren't deer in there or that they will come by, but that day, that sit, nothing happened. And then when I get in there, and usually what I'll do is I'll go in, scout my way in a little bit, find a spot that looks good as far as the terrain and everything, and then set up on it. And, if something happens, great. If it doesn't, oh well. And then I'll scout my way out. On my way out, I'll be looking for signs, rubs, scrapes, those tracks, normal stuff like that. And I did that this past year on a spot, again, should have been like a great spot, but nothing. And when I scouted my way out, there was no signs, no rubs, no scrapes, no nothing. And I'm a big rub scrape guy. I love setting up over those signs. There's a lot of controversy. I know everybody's got different tactics when it comes to that stuff. For me, that is a quantifiable thing that there is or was deer here, and hopefully they're going to venture back and hit that sign again. So yeah, and that just means hunting where the deer are is getting out there and scout. Look for the signs, the tracks, scrapes, rubs, all that stuff. Nothing makes up for that intel. If you can't, so let me caveat this by saying where I hunt on this federal land, Fort Bragg, Camp McCall, this past year they took away our ability to use cell cameras. Okay, so we can't hang cell cameras in any of these areas that we hunt. And so that really cuts down on that time-sensitive information, right? So you've really got to put the work in, go out there and scout. And I did just that, knowing that we couldn't hang cameras or anything, went out there and did some scouting, and then the shutdown happened, right? So for us here in this area that hunt those lands, we couldn't hunt. All of the hunting areas were closed down. So we had to wait until that opened up. Once that opened up, we were back in there. But all the places that I had scouted that wanted to hunt and everything, just couldn't get to. So it was a real big damper on the hunting season. But yeah, hunt where the deer are, not where you want them to be. Okay, get out there and scout. Get looking for the rubs, scrapes, tracks, all that stuff. Nothing makes up for that intel. All right. Next one. Know your enemy, right? what does that mean for deer? Okay. And I'm going to be doing another video coming up on planning, and it's going to really dive into this and how we use in the military. We have, of course, we have a bunch of acronyms and everything, and there's one that I'm going to break down and how that can apply to hunting. It's METTC, and so stay tuned for that video. I think that's really going to be a good thing. Again, I think it's something that everybody's already doing, but it kind of puts things in a logical order of how we can plan better hunts. So know your enemy. What does that mean? That means, when do they move? How does the weather affect them? Early season versus rut versus late season. All of those things. And not all deer are the same. You can't apply Western deer tactics to deer here in North Carolina. It's just not the same. The terrain's not the same. The weather's not the same. So all of those factors come into play in how they affect deer movement, right? Here in North Carolina, especially this year, we've had a really warm season. In making this video right now, it's January, and yesterday it was like 70 degrees outside. So we've had a really, really warm season, and it was like that all throughout it. We had a couple of cold snaps, but nothing that was really prolonged. And so I think what I've come to see is that the deer really pick up on that. After 1 or 2 days and it warms up again, they'll get out and move. But that first day of a cold snap, I've never really seen much movement. And even going into day 2, not that much movement. I think the deer know that they can kind of ride out the cold for a day, a few hours or a day or whatever. So, initially, a lot of my friends from up north and out west are like really, really excited when we got cold weather coming in. They're like, oh yeah, this is going to get the deer up and get them moving. And down here in North Carolina, it really doesn't, from what I've seen anyway. So what I'll do is wait, and which takes me into my next one for the conditions, is I'll stack conditions. Okay, and we'll get into that in a second. But going back, again, not all deer are the same. Different regions, deer are going to move differently through the terrain differently. I know here in North Carolina, these deer here, they come across as kind of lazy. They're going to take that least, they're going to take the easiest travel path, until danger approaches. I've seen them bust through a lot of thickets and stuff when when I've got blown out. But for the most part, they're really taking those easy travel corridors. Knowing that, all of that stuff, tying that into the deer movement can really get you on the deer here. Know your enemy, know how the weather affects them, know how they move in the different parts of the season, in the early season versus the rut versus late season, and do your homework and put all that together. With that takes me into the next one, conditions, and how they affect the deer. Time of day, wind, rain, temperature, cold fronts coming in, going out, warm fronts, all that stuff. And what I like to do, and had some good success on it this year, is stack those conditions. I really paid attention to the weather, and when we had fronts coming in, whether it just be rain or whatever, I haven't had a lot of success during the rain here as far as deer moving during there. I've seen a few, but not as much. And to me, it's just not worth it going out, especially when it's going to be a lot of heavy rain or whatever, going out, setting up, getting all your kit and everything, wet, because the deer just aren't there. So what I like to do is wait till that front's going to move out, even if it's going to be midday or afternoon, especially late season afternoon. If we have a front come through that brings some rain in the morning, and it goes into midday, when that rain starts moving out, I like to be set up for those afternoon hunts. I really see the deer moving during that time. So I'll stack those conditions, right? Waiting for the time of day, seeing a front move out, whether it's rain or cold, whatever it might be, and it really increases my chances of seeing deer. Had great success doing that. With that, this is kind of kind of goes into all this, all ties in there. When are your deer moving? Morning, midday, evening, and does it change during the season? That is really true here. Early season, I think I see a lot of movement in that early morning time. Late season, it's more towards the evening. And shifting your timing of getting set up, maximizing your time that you have, and that's really what all of this comes down to. Because let's face it, we don't all have the entire season to get out there. Some of us just have 1 or 2 days a week, if we're lucky, that we can get out there and hunt. So we really want to maximize our time out there and give ourselves the best chance, right? So that's what all of this is coming down to. So here, like I said, early season in the mornings, really that's when I see the deer moving. I've not had a lot of success anywhere during the season for midday. I've done a bunch of all-day sits, and midday here in North Carolina where I'm at, I just haven't seen a lot of movement. I really like mornings and evenings depending on which part of the season it is. All right. So to recap before we get to the last one, hunt where the deer are, not where you want them to be. Know your enemy. When they move, is that morning, midday, evening, depending on the time of the season. Conditions, stack them. That time of day, is it your temperature, wind, rain, all that stuff, fronts coming in and going out. Stack those conditions. Give yourself the best opportunity to get on those deer. All right. And the last one, and this is a big one. This is something that I've always had to work on for myself, and that's patience, right? We're all, especially when season opens, we're all super excited to get out there and get after it. I know I am. But if the conditions aren't there, the wind, the fronts, the temperatures, all that stuff, it's way better to just ride it out and wait for those conditions to be good rather than trying to force a hunt and really spoil a spot or just waste your time, right? Spend that time, with the family. If you look at it, if you're doing your due diligence and you're following the weather and you're seeing for that next day that it's just not going to be good, right? Too much wind. That's another thing for me here in North Carolina where I'm at. I've noticed if the wind is up around 15 miles an hour or more, the deer aren't moving. And so if I see those conditions, I just won't go out. It's not worth it. I'd rather spend that time with my family because, let's face it, this hunting thing is kind of a selfish thing that we do. We're out there by ourselves and we're not spending time with our family, with our friends, taking care of things around the house, whatever it might be. So I would rather, have that little bit of patience, wait for the conditions when they're right, spend that off time with my family, and then when the conditions are really good, then get out there and maximize my opportunity to get on those deer. So if anything, if nothing else, that's the really big one for me that I constantly work on, is having that patience. As excited as I am and really want to get out there and really want to get after these deer, I just really want to be patient or try to be patient. Like I said, that's something that I'm always working on. And so hopefully that helps you out as well. Because that can lead to burnout too. I had a lot of good, after in the late season, I had a lot of opportunities to hunt, and I did force a lot of opportunities and get out there where the conditions, the wind just wasn't exactly what I needed for that spot. But I went out anyway and didn't see anything. And man, it really kind of led to burnout, man. I was getting so frustrated and just like, it's just not worth it. But stayed after it, kept grinding, and got a late season harvest. But I'll say on that one, I put all of this stuff into play. The conditions were absolutely perfect. I watched, the wind was up high that day, up around 15 or better, gusting up into the 20s. from pretty much all day, and then watching it on my weather app that it was going to die down around 3 or 4 o'clock, and it did exactly that. Sunset was around 5:15 or whatever, and so stacked those conditions. The wind did a great job of covering my movement into my access point, masking my sound. I was able to get set up. The wind was blowing right into my face as I was going into the spot. Where I knew the deer were coming from. So all the conditions were just perfect. And it worked out. Deer came right from where I thought he would. 17-yard shot, absolutely perfect. So unfortunately, I didn't get it on film because I'd already taken my cameras down because sunset had passed, and it wouldn't have shown up. I mean, it was a last light shot. I was really amazed that I was even able to make the shot, because I mean, it was even like right past that gray light. Here in North Carolina, I think as in most places, you have 30 minutes after sunset and 30 minutes before sunrise is your hunting light. And man, I was riding on that line. It was probably a good 15 minutes anyway after sunset. So it was pretty dark, or getting there anyway. But I made a great shot, probably the best shot I've ever had on a deer. Double lung, right through the heart. It was absolutely great. Deer didn't go very far. Left a great blood trail for me to follow. So it was a good hunt, man. Just had some good patience, stacked my conditions, and capitalized on that and had some good success. So hopefully, again, this is something that you guys can take away. Hopefully it helps you out, because that's what we're all about here, is helping each other out, maximizing success and having a great time, getting more people into hunting, and really helping out, everyone. So again, to recap, hunt where the deer are, not where you want them to be. Know your enemy. When do they move? Is it morning, midday, evening? Under what conditions? In the conditions, time of day, wind, rain, temperature, fronts coming in, going out. Stack those conditions. And then last, patience. Again, hopefully, just work on it. So that's it, guys. Again, thanks for checking out Crossed Arrows Hunting. Check us out on Instagram. Lots more stuff to come. I'm really excited about this year. Got some good content on the way. So please do the thing. Like, subscribe, spread the word. Check out the podcast, Crossed Arrows Hunting Podcast. Got some good stuff on there too. So again, thank you so much. Have a great year.